Warning. The following podcast is rated TV-14 or E for explicit. Viewers' discretion is advised.
From broadcaster,
that one's hit to center field and deep. This one's way back there, and it's gone! Lazar, with an empty net chance. Lazar scores! Horford for three. He got it! Celtics up by 3. Al Horford, timeout Golden State.
to a podcaster?
How do you fire a coach who had 51 wins in the regular season? Can't be the worst defensive player of all time at multiple positions. First base, right field, center field, left field. You name it, you're probably bad at it. And then you can't go 1 for 89 with 78 strikeouts. And I'm not exaggerating that, and still play in the big leagues.
This is Sam's Beantown Beat.
Hey everybody, welcome into episode number 5 of Sam's Beantown Beat podcast, coming to you here on YouTube and of course for those listening on Spotify. This is my immediate reaction. The game just ended. The Patriots have lost in week 1 of the 2022 NFL season to the Miami Dolphins 20-7. And, well, I have concerns about all sides of the ball, especially the defense, which did not look too good today. Lost a couple of pieces during the game in Adrian Phillips and, of course, Kyle Duggar, who both went down today at some point throughout the game. I know Duggar went down in the fourth quarter, so that wasn't not good to see for the Patriots. On the offensive side of things, apparently Mac Jones got an X-ray on his back. Apparently they came back negative. More tests will be done when they get back to Foxborough. That makes me a little concerned. I mean, the team didn't look too great anyway, and now Mac Jones is gonna be out. If it comes back that he's hurt, he might be out for at least week 2 against the Steelers, which is going to be a big game, who just beat the Bengals today. So, obviously, that's something to watch out for. The offense didn't look too good either, only putting up 7 points, and it came in the third quarter. Not great. Mac looked off, and then the X-ray news wasn't too great to hear, especially now that we have... now that he's saying that he's not going to talk to the media today. Because I'm recording this at 5:30 on Sunday, so you guys know this is coming right after the game ended, about an hour or 2 after the game ended, so that's how you know how close and up-to-date I am on stuff. So Bill Belichick spoke today. I don't remember what he said. I'll pull it up right now so you can see what he said. But if you're not noticing, I'm in college now. I'm in my dorm room now. I'm settled in. Gonna get my LED lights you saw in my last video. I posted it on YouTube. Those are gonna come in hopefully soon, as the ones that were up fell and they won't stay up. So that is unfortunate. I gotta find what Bill said about the game today. Yeah, so Bill Belichick said, pretty even game, but 2 big plays, 14 points kind of skewed the game. Different approach to press today for Bill Belichick. He usually is like, well, it's on to next week, it's happens. The offense didn't look good. He was like, no, we played even, just the couple of big plays kind of screwed us over. Weird to hear that from Belichick, especially after all the experience we have with Bill. Kind of weird to hear him say that, they played even and that a couple of mistakes cost him. Like, wow, that's actually shocking to hear, especially from a guy like Bill. That's crazy. Yeah, so Patriots go down to 0-1. They play Pittsburgh next week. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, because the Steelers just won today, And they're going to be without a couple of pieces. It looks like T.J. Watt's going to be out because he looked like it was a pectoral muscle issue. And then Hayward went down during overtime. So both teams are not going to come in 100% healthy. So we'll definitely be interested to see what happens there. So that's my immediate reaction. Whole bunch of concerns, and great news to hear here on this Sunday for me, or Monday for you. The Bruins, they have some stuff coming up this week. Training camp has started. They're doing the prospects are going to a prospect challenge in Buffalo Thursday through Sunday of next week. No, Thursday through Monday. I'm reading that wrong. Thursday through Monday, it'll be the Sabres, the Bruins, the Canadiens, the Devils, the Penguins, and the Senators. All those teams will be involved, and I'm kind of curious to see who the top prospects are going to be out of this prospect challenge. I want to see progress out of Fabian Lascelles and John Beecher and all of those guys. I can't wait to see some progress out of those. That's going to be good to see. Hopefully the Bruins do well out of that. My friend just asked if I can FaceTime him, and I can't right now. Can't talk. I'll call you in a bit. Okay. So, I can't wait to see what Jim Montgomery's first coaching tactics are going to be. I don't even know if he's coaching it. It might be Chris Kelly or one of the assistant coaches. That'll definitely be interesting to pay attention to. Hopefully, some of those prospects do well in Buffalo against Buffalo, Montreal, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, and Ottawa. We're probably the second best team there. Well, the third. Ottawa has a good team, but the second best prospects team there. So, other than that, not a whole lot of news coming out of the Bruins. Apparently, the Bruins were interested in trading Mike Riley. They were taking phone calls about that earlier this week. Nothing else has come out of that. So, see what happens there. I don't know. My computer's sliding. I'm recording this straight off my laptop. Oh, by the way, check this out. I'll turn this off for a second. Check this out. This is my... You can see I have all the pennants up for all the different teams. I have my, the Patriots, the Celtics, the Red Sox, and the Bruins. So I got that going for me here. So that is my current setup for right now. I'll straighten myself out here. All right, here we go. But, so definitely interesting to see how the Bruins will do in this prospect challenge. On to the Red Sox. They just took 2 of 3 from Baltimore. I mean, is it too little too late? Yeah. They have like a 1% chance of making the playoffs, They play the Yankees Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. So, only a 2-game series with the Yankees? That does not sound right. Only a 2-game series with the Yankees, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we don't play Thursday. We play the Royals Friday through Sunday. Huh. Interesting. Tuesday's on TBS and Wednesday is just a normal home game. They're at Fenway, so we'll see how the Red Sox do there. The Red Sox took 2 or 3 from Baltimore today. They scored 17 runs yesterday on Saturday. Sorry for you guys. 17 on Saturday. Devers hitting a grand slam in the first inning, and then Christian Arroyo going deep, and the offense exploded. Michael Wacha did really well. Pitcher today for the Red Sox did really well. Only a sac fly was all we needed in the first inning, then nothing after that. Rich Hill went 5 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Schreiber came in for an inning, he did his job. Stram came in for an inning, did his job. Whitlock and Barnes came in for the final 2 into their jobs. So, overall, good series against Baltimore. You got to pay attention to the Yankees, who have been kind of struggling a little bit the past couple of weeks, or even the past month and a half. So, definitely got to pay attention to that. Got to take advantage of the situation when you play them on Tuesday and Wednesday, or tomorrow and Wednesday for you guys. It was announced, I don't know if I could address this last podcast, but it was announced that the Red Sox are bringing back Chaim Bloom and Alex Cora for another season. And that concerns me because Chaim Bloom is kind of like dwindling because, he's hasn't made the smartest moves. And Alex Cora, that's not shocking. He didn't really do much. He didn't really have a problem. He wasn't the main problem. It's usually Bloom. The GM usually has the problem for the way this team's set up. So, you gotta address your needs. And I guess they're just sticking with Bloom for another season, see if it works. And if it doesn't, then they're gonna move on from him. So, who knows? Who knows what's going on with that? I mean, if you look at the playoff picture for the MLB right now, it's mainly the top teams of the Yankees, the Astros. The Guardians are actually leading the AL Central, which shocks me. The Mets, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, the Padres. Those teams are going to be involved in the playoff picture for sure. I'm sure either Toronto or Tampa will also get in from the AL East. I'm cheering for Toronto. If you guys don't know, the Blue Jays are my second team, besides the Red Sox. I'm a big Blue Jays fan. I live close to their Double-A affiliate, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. I've been going to their games since as long as I can remember. So hopefully they make the playoffs this year, and hopefully they go far. I'm cheering for them, for sure. Excuse me. Sorry, just got back from dinner, and I had buffalo chicken, and it's kind of thrown me off a little bit. But it's good. It's all good. So I'm still cheering for Albert Pujols to get to 700. He's at 697. He just got a 697 today against the Pirates. He hit a shot to center field, got it over the wall. So got that going for it. Got that going for me to pay attention to and all that stuff. So that's good. Actually, I want to backtrack to the Bruins for a second. The Bruins, I forgot to mention this. We're less than 2 weeks away till preseason action for the Bruins. They're playing the Flyers on the 24th, and that is something that I cannot wait for. I can't wait for the Bruins to get started in the preseason, and just overall, I want to see progress again with the prospects. I want to see progress with them. I want to see all the progress with the main core, see who improved in training camp in the preseason, who made strides to get better. That's something that I want to pay attention to as well. Especially going into Bergeron and Krejci's probably their last hurrah. They're probably their last season. So definitely want to pay attention to that. Hopefully the Bruins can get far this off season. On to the Celtics. Now, last week I remember mentioning that the Celtics might be interested in Carmelo Anthony now that Danilo Gallinari got hurt. Apparently, Carmelo Anthony, the Celtics have not made that a main priority to go after Carmelo Anthony, which kind of shocks me, speaking that they're going to need a bench small forward for the most part, who I don't believe they have. At least not great anyway, if I remember. Grant Williams possibly is your bench starting small forward, or your bench small forward, I should say. The people are saying they're going to try to extend him. My question is though, why? Sure, he did good in the playoffs, but in the regular season he wasn't too great. In the finals, he wasn't fantastic. It makes me think that maybe this they're trying to keep the same pieces around for as long as they can, which I can understand to an extent, but I don't know. I think if I were the Celtics, I would do without Grant Williams. I'd be fine without them. Without him, but again, it is what it is. So I'm not sure about that with what's going on there. I've addressed all the teams, and it's 15 minutes into the podcast. I still got to fill some time. I got to at least make a 20-minute podcast for sure. Well, let's make predictions for next week. Yeah, let's make predictions for week 2 because, well, let's take a look at the schedule for NFL week 2 and see who I think is going to win. So Thursday night, they got the Chargers and the Chiefs in Kansas City. Oh, God, it's going to be an AFC West battle. Who's going to win that one, Chargers or Chiefs? I don't want to bet against Mahomes, but the Chargers look really good. Especially right now, they're up on the Raiders 17-3 at halftime from when I'm recording this. You know what? Screw it. I'm thinking the upset. I think the Chargers might win Thursday night. Just because I feel like the Chargers are better built against the Chiefs. Their defense looks good on the Chiefs side, but I think the Chargers offense looks really solid. So we'll definitely see how that goes. I mean, that game could go either way, though. To be honest, that game could really go either way. Patriots and Steelers. I don't know. I predicted the Patriots to win this week. Last podcast, if you want to go back to the end of last podcast, I said the Patriots are going to beat the Steelers. Beat the Dolphins. I was wrong. The Steelers are good. Patriots are okay. They got to get better. I don't want to go against the Patriots, but I guess I'll have to here. I think the Steelers are going to win on Sunday. I don't want to say it. I'm going to get some flack in the comments for going against my team, but I do think that that the Steelers are going to take it simply because the Steelers look really good against the Bengals today, which is a top team, and the Patriots aren't really a top team anymore right now in the AFC. So I think the Patriots are kind of screwed, especially if Mac Jones isn't 100%. That's not good against Trubisky, who looked pretty solid today against Cincinnati. So not good. Jets and Browns. I don't think I need to really think about that one too hard. I think the Browns are going to win. The Browns, they beat the Panthers today? Yeah, they did. They beat them 26-24. Yeah, so if they can beat the Panthers, I guess they can sure as hell beat the Jets. That's for fucking sure. Commanders and Lions. Oh, crap. Two sucky teams. They beat the Jaguars. Commanders beat the Jaguars today. Lions, they lost to the Eagles. So that was close, though. 38-35. I think the Commanders win next week. Commanders, they look way better than they did last season. So, yeah, Commanders win, I think. Bucks and Saints. That's a really interesting matchup for next week. Buccaneers and Saints. Saints won today. Buccaneers haven't played yet from the time I'm recording this. They haven't played the Cowboys yet, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I hope this doesn't age well, I hope this does age well. I don't want to bet against Brady, but the Saints look really good today. And against the Falcons, every team looks good against the Falcons. Unless you're worse than the Falcons, and then there's something wrong with you. You know what? Screw it. I'm going with the Saints. I think the Saints look really good against the Falcons today. They can probably apply that momentum against the Bucks, hopefully. Yeah, so I think the Saints win on next Sunday against the Buccaneers. Panthers and Giants. Again, the Giants and Titans are playing right now. Who's winning that game? Titans are winning 13-0 at halftime. Okay, well I guess the Panthers are winning next week. They gotta get a win for Baker. Heartbreaking loss. They were coming back at the end too. The Browns were crushing the Panthers, and then the Panthers came back and they came so close. Colts and Jaguars. The Colts tied. Okay, the Colts tied with the Texans. All right, 20-20 in overtime. I thought the Steelers and Bengals were gonna tie too. God. I mean, the Jaguars, they beat the Colts last year, the final game of the season. Oh, God. My roommate's looking at me. He's a Jaguars fan. He really wants me to say the Jaguars are going to win next week. I mean, they beat him last year, but the Colts got better with Matt Ryan against Carson Wentz. But they tied with Houston, so that's really bad. That's really bad. And the Jaguars almost beat the Commanders. Hope you guys are playing along in the comments. You can let me know who you think's going to win next week. And the Jaguars are at home. They're in Jacksonville. And usually the home team prevails when they have some sort of momentum against them, going for them. So if the Colts tie with the Texans, I don't want to know what they're going to do against the Jaguars. So Jaguars win next week. I didn't say that because he's a Jaguars fan. I didn't just say that. I thought about it logically. For once, I had a logical thought. Dolphins and Ravens. That's going to be a good game. Dolphins look good next week. Look good today. And then, especially with Tyreek Hill, that's going to be a problem for the Ravens to stop. Although Lamar had an awesome throw for a touchdown against the Jets earlier today. The Ravens won, 24-3? What was it? 24-9. And I think it's going to be more of the same. I think the Ravens beat the Dolphins next week. I think the Dolphins have some holes they need to fix. I think the Ravens are gonna try to expose that for sure. So I think the Ravens, they beat the Dolphins. Falcons and Rams. Even after their horrendous loss to Buffalo, I still think that the Rams are going to beat the Falcons because, let's be honest, it's the Falcons. So, I think the Rams beat the Falcons next week. It's not going to be close. It might be like a 2 or 3 score victory for the Rams against the Falcons next week. Well, Seahawks and 49ers next week in San Francisco, Santa Clara, actually. On the YouTube version, putting up a picture right now of me actually at the NFC title game 2 years ago against the Packers. So I've been to this stadium. They are my second team, and probably my most trustworthy team to cheer for right now. I think the 49ers are going to win, even though they blew a lead against Chicago today. Depending on how Monday night goes, tonight goes for you guys against the Broncos, I think the 49ers are going to win as of now. So we'll see how that goes. Bengals and Cowboys. Bengals got beat by the Steelers in overtime. Both teams missed field goal after field goal. Kind of a stupid game. Cowboys haven't played yet for me. I have no idea how that game went yet because I don't know. It hasn't happened. Who's going to win? I don't know. The Bengals are going to win. They're going to beat the Cowboys next week. That's my thought for sure. Texans and Broncos. Broncos are going to beat them. They're going to beat up the Texans because they tied. And I think if you tie in a football game, you automatically deserve an ass kicking. So I think the Broncos are going to beat up on the Texans next week. Especially if they lose to Seattle, they need to take some aggression out. But the thing is that Seattle is going to have Geno Smith as their quarterback for the first little bit. So, not fun to deal with. Cardinals and Raiders. Now, this game sounds fun, but the Chiefs are currently beating up on the Cardinals right now. It's currently 23-7 at halftime in Kansas City. Not fun. In Arizona. That's not fun. They're going to Vegas. And I think the Raiders are going to beat the Cardinals if the Cardinals lose this game against the Chiefs right now, they're going to have zero momentum and they're going to Vegas. They're going on the road. Vegas is a tough team to beat at home. So I think Vegas is going to beat the Cardinals. And then Sunday Night Football next week, Bears and Packers. Well, that's not a competitive Sunday Night Football. I mean, they beat the 49ers today. That's not competitive. It's the Packers. Packers destroy the Bears. Destroy. That might be one you might not want to watch because it's going to be uncomfortable and violent and gruesome. Good Lord. They got 2 Monday Night Football games next week. They got the Titans and the Bills. Titans win that game, I think. No, actually, that's a lie. Bills win. Because I just thought the Bills destroy the Rams 30-10. They can sure as hell beat the Titans. They just got to stop Derrick Henry and they'll be good. Vikings and Eagles. Vikings win. The Eagles are all right. They let the Lions score 35 points though. That defense needs some work. The Vikings win next week. Well, this kind of sucked. It's a short podcast, 25 minutes so far, and that's okay because I needed a podcast out for y'all. That's pretty much what's going to be the game, the words. Currently, how my college situation is going to be recording it probably after the Patriots games, giving you my immediate feedback to how the Patriots did. Okay, so it's time to answer some viewer questions. We have a couple of questions here. The first one is, why do the Patriots suck? You know what? That is a hell of a question. It's a loaded question. There's so many reasons why the Patriots suck. But the main reason is they didn't do enough to change it in the offseason. They didn't have enough cap space to change much. But man, that team looked brutal to watch today. I did not want to watch the entire game, that I did anyway, because I was a hopeful Patriots fan, and I was lied to, and they lost. Okay, we have our weekly question from Parker, aka On the Fly. Go subscribe to him on YouTube. Why are the Jays so much better than the Red Sox? He asked this last week too. Original question, bud. Well, like I said last week, the Blue Jays are more set up to have a playoff push than the Red Sox right now. The Red Sox were set up to have a playoff push, but then, they decided to suck for some reason. They just got their 69th win today. Nice. And the Jays, they're doing good, so they just got to keep pushing against the Rays. They're only a half game back of second place. They got to get ahead of them. So I'm cheering for you, Toronto. I'm cheering for you. I also asked the question, if you could FaceTime with any NHL player, past or present, who are you choosing? Somebody said Jeremy Swayman. Interesting take. I don't know why you'd want to talk to Swayman. He seems boring, in my personal opinion, as a personality base. He's a great goaltender, but kind of a boring personality. But hey, you can pick his brain about hockey goaltending. That's a good idea. The opposite of personality, Josh, or Novatron, says Pasternak. Amazing personality. I want you to ask him a question, if you ever get the chance. That's anybody watching. Please ask David Pasternak, about how those Dunkin' coffee commercials were shot. Was it a green screen, or was it real life, or were they actually put a coffee like a Dunkin' Donuts stand in the penalty box? Or also ask a question. How long is the hair going to stay before he decides to cut it? It's a good question. And somebody else says Mr. Hockey, Wayne Gretzky. Makes sense to me. The great one of the NHL. I was about to say the perfect one. No, the great one of the NHL, Wayne Gretzky. Makes sense to me. I would want to talk to Wayne Gretzky even for a minute. Just wanted to have a quick chat with him. That's pretty cool. I would love to just to meet him, let alone have a conversation with him. God, I would love to pick his brain about all the stories he'd have from the Oilers days. You know what I really want to talk to him about? Talk to him about the outage of the Boston Garden during the Cup final about 30 years ago. I want to talk to him about that and how that was for the players in the Garden. Must have been so strange. Oh yeah, the power's out. We can't play anymore. We'll play it later if we need to. God, we'd love to know about that. But yeah, that's it for today's podcast. That is it for today's podcast. So, if you enjoyed, like it, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your post notifications. Make sure to like it on Spotify, of course, and follow me on there. Make sure to follow me on social media, Instagram and TikTok. It's your links down below in the description. It's at samsmith.yt on those platforms. And with that being said, also, before you go, on Spotify, it's also in my link tree, which I'll put down there as well in the description. My Spotify playlist is up for public consumption. If you want to go check out my Spotify playlist, you can definitely go check it out. And with that being said, thank you for watching today's podcast, and I'll see you guys next week for episode number 6. See you guys.
Thank you for listening or watching today's episode of Sam's Beantown Beat. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Make sure to definitely stay in the know by following me on social media, Instagram and TikTok at samsmith.yt. Also, make sure to follow me on Spotify Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Sam's Beantown Beat.